Chad, big game against Freo. They really got hold of you last time you came up against them. Confident you can turn that around?
I think so. I think they're very hard to play over there. It's a tough place to go, but I think we've improved as a team, and I reckon we've had a good look at them this year, and I think that our defensive game, as long as that stands up, we'll be fine.
Chad, just on the weights, obviously having a joke, if you get through training today, but you copped a really big one a couple of weeks ago in Glass. Any lingering effects from that?
No, there's no lingering effects. I mean, everyone has their niggles and a few corkies every week, so I mean, I'm going through and I'm fine, so it should be right.
You're having another very good season, but you're definitely copping a lot more close attention this year. Has that been frustrating, or something you've expected?
Well, obviously, I think I expected it. I think people are not just going to let you run around the game and do what you want. So, like I said, I'm learning from it. I'm playing a different role, I suppose, this year, and I'm just trying to do whatever I can to try and help the team.
What is that role?
It's probably a little bit deeper. If you're watching the game, I'll probably play a little bit deeper, and I suppose with the attention, I just try and obviously do what I can. Whether it's a block for Shilty to get to a market, so it's more just playing like a team role.
Is it hard sometimes because you probably want to get up and get the footy a bit more? Are you finding it hard being so deep in forward line?
No, I don't find it hard at all. I think the wins are showing, I suppose, the work. I mean, it's all about the team, and obviously, if I'm playing deeper and it's working for the team, obviously I'm going to keep doing it.
So you had a really good win against Geelong a couple of weeks ago. You had a great record against you leading into that. You sort of approaching this Dockers game in the same way because they've kind of had the wood over you as well?
I mean, every game's different. You approach every game, I suppose, in a different way, but we understand that it's a massive game, and Freo have had the wood over us, I suppose, for a couple of years, and they're a great side, and I think we're just going to approach it how it is. We're not going to sugarcoat it. We know they're a defensive team. We know there's going to be a tough battle. We're just going to make sure we come back with our intensity, and we're going to match that straight away.
What's the key to getting through that defensive stuff that they bring?
I think it's a mindset. I think you've got to have as a group. I mean, if 16 blokes are ready on the day to play defence, it's not going to be enough against Freo. You've got to have a full buy-in from the team, and I think that's what we're going to be training today, and I think that's where it starts.
Are they the toughest team to play against when they're at their best?
That's tough. I think Hawks is up there as well, but I think Freo are definitely, as in terms of being an offensive player, they're very hard to play against because they use their whole 18 to defend you as a side. They pull back and, I suppose, drop the numbers back, and it makes it very difficult to get through them.
What's the key? Is it to be quick with the ball?
I suppose we'll find out today when we have our meetings, but like I said, I honestly think it's just being brave, using our strengths against them. I think our ball movement this year has been good at times, and when we're playing faster and when we're being brave is when we're at our best, I think.
Yeah. Can I ask you something slightly different? The bump is a big story at the minute.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah.
How do you feel about it as a player, and how do you approach it? Do we say?
There's a couple of ways you can approach it. I mean, the AFL, they're really just trying to look after every player. They're trying to look after their welfare. So, if they think they need to knuckle down on a certain issue, which is obviously the bump might be an issue, that's what they're going to do to look after everyone's welfare.
So does that mean that you stop bumping?
No, I don't think so. I think it's more the way you go about it. I think as long as the ball is the thing that you're concentrating on, I think the bump's still going to be there no matter what.
Yeah, okay.
The coaching was a bit of a problem for you in your junior career, Chad. Are you happy with the way that they're going with this?
What was that? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
You had a couple of concussions when you were playing junior still at Sturt, or league footy at Sturt. Are you happy with the way that they're going in terms of what they're doing with the bump and protecting players in their head?
Yeah, well, like you said, it's to help the players, and obviously we don't want them to change the game too much. We love the game how it is, and so do the fans. So I don't think it's not like they're saying you can't bump. In the end, they're not saying that you can't bump. We're still going to be attacking the ball. It's still going to be a ruthless game, and I think that in the end, we're still going to tackle. We're still going to fight for that ball. So, like I said, it's going to help people, but again, you can't stop everything.
Jad, are you very clear what you can and can't do regards to the bump?
Mate, if you hit someone's head, you can't do it. I think it's pretty cut. It's pretty easy. I think if your intention is to try and hit the player, and not your eyes aren't on the ball, I think it's pretty clear. It's pretty black and white, I think, to be honest.
Hit the head and you're in trouble.
Sorry?
Hit the head and you're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, it's a pretty dangerous thing to hit.
If you were in Jack Bynes' position, do you think you would have been able to get out of it without a suspension?
Well, to be honest, like I said, I don't watch footy. I haven't even seen the scenario, so I just listen to the social media and what's going on. So I didn't even watch the game.
It lit up though, didn't it? The former players and...
Yeah, it did. It all the Twitter, the Instagram, everything's going a bit crazy. But honestly, I think the players just want some consistency. I think that's what we're happy with, which is trying to get some consistency in the game.
Have you noticed a change of mindset that the Power have going into games this year? I know you had a big rise last year, but is there even more confidence when you're going?
So going into games?
Going into games, is there a change of mindset? Like I guess in the general public, it feels like you can win every game now, where it feels like they might win. And
I think you got to be careful with that. I think our mindset is the same because we're still trying to attack. We're not taking it as a defending, like we're trying to defend where we are. We're still trying to attack because we've still got a lot of, I suppose, respect to gain. We've got so much. We've come so far, but we've still got so far to go. I think, like you said, each week we've got to come out with an attacking mindset, not a defensive.
Chad, obviously 50 games this week. You've had to deal with a lot more than most players would have to deal with in their first 50 games. Do you sort of feel like you've matured a lot faster than perhaps you thought you might have when you entered the AFL?
I think so. I think when you get chucked in the deep end, I think you have to learn very quick. So my 50 games, it feels like a long time, and it's been a very tough battle. But I think it's been the thing that's made it most rewarding is having, I suppose, players around me that are really have been in this situation and kind of going through it together. So it's a very family, like a united club, which makes it very helpful going through some of the stuff I've been through.
And what about your development over those 50 games? Where have you sort of been happiest with how you've developed your game?
I honestly think my fitness-wise, I think that's been a huge impact. That was actually question marks when I was getting drafted about my fitness and how I can run out games. So I think that's been the biggest improvement.
A lot of times people think that players don't hit their peak till sort of 80, 100 games. Do you feel like you've still got a lot of improvement in you?
Oh, yeah, big time. I think I can improve as a teammate and as a player, I suppose. I think I still haven't perfected my opposite foot. It's still very rare that I use it. So there's plenty of things that you can work on in a game. I mean, I don't think Kane Corns has perfected his game. It's a big journey to try and, I suppose, improve each year. And I'm going to take a lot out of Kane Corns' book, that you need to continually have that urge to improve.
Is he a regular sounding board for you, Kane?
Sorry?
Is Kane a regular sounding board? Or who do you go to for advice?
I'll go to Tyson Edwards a lot because obviously he's the forwards coach and been a mentor for me for most of my career. But I think someone to kind of measure yourself against and try to be is like Kane Corns. I think he's the pinnacle of what players want to be. Well, look at him. He's got the club record. He's been through the highs and lows, and he's completely changed his game from when he first started. So I think I try to model myself on trying to improve and really be not selfish about who I am and try to improve myself, but improve the team as well.
Chad, you've got a hell of a midfield, and you're obviously playing in forward line at the moment. But would you like to push up there a bit more in the next few seasons?
Definitely, I think it'd be a huge opportunity to move up into the midfield eventually. But there's still so many aspects I need to work on my game before I'm capable of doing that for a long period of time. I mean, I'm still a small player, and also we've got such a great talent in there at the moment. I mean, you've got Ollie Wines, Travis Boak, guys like that. It's pretty hard to compete against. But I think as long as it's working for the team, we're just going to keep it that way.